between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Spinning past him. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
Watching that, Barney.
They'll go with a keeper. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go on the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Over, 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 over.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. And now out comes Minnesota. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Leopard! Leopard! Over, over, over!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And past the 30 down to about the 27. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
And they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. First and 10 right at the 20. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. First and 10 right at the 20. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now out come the Giants. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. The pitch goes to Barkley. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they'll go on the ground. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And on the ground they go with the running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A first down carry for Barkley. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Run.
He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him a gain of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Detroit, Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and now it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Giants on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14.
Four down, four down. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the crossing route, complete. That's Riley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion. We're just shy of the marker. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Riley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jennings. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So they don't get anything out of that completion. I guess when you roll out of the pocket like he did there to the left, if you're going to throw it, you better gain some yardage.
Now, can you just hear the old school coaches right now? You threw it for no yards? They don't want the ball in the air unless something positive is going to happen downfield. In that case, they'd rather have the quarterback try and run it himself. Just take care of the ball. If nothing else, just slide and get down.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And Diggs has it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The open man is Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll go down at the 28. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Open space inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That puts a good dent into their first down setback. It's a pickup of 16.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man right side is Ingram. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Give him 9 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Flushed out right. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end, and he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive. until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting to drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collected. And he lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Detroit!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Ingram pulls it in. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 37. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw, rolling to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watching that, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And on the ground they go with the running back. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Watching that, Barney! Barney! Watching that, Barney! Barney!
And they'll run it here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. One of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out. Learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play.
And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.